What becomes of my work? If they touch my work that's a part of so many laws, what becomes of the laws in general? What becomes of the religion? What becomes of the country? Did you ever go to church, Muster Gashford?" "Ever?" repeated the secretary with some indignation. "Of course." "Well," said the ruffian, "I've been once—twice, counting the time I was christened. And when I heard the Parliament prayed for, and thought how many new hanging laws they made every sessions, I considered that I was prayed for. Now mind, Muster Gashford," said the fellow, taking up his stick and shaking it with a ferocious air, "I mustn't have my Protestant work touched, nor this here Protestant state of things altered in no degree, if I can help it. I mustn't have no Papists interfering with me, unless they come to be worked off in course of law. I mustn't have no biling, no roasting, no frying, nothing but hanging. My lord may well call me an earnest fellow. In support of the great Protestant principle of having plenty of that, I'll—" and here he beat his club upon the ground, "burn, fight, kill, do anything you bid me, so that it's bold and devilish, though the end of it was that I got hung myself. There, Muster Gashford." He appropriately followed up this frequent prostitution of a noble word to the vilest purposes by pouring out in a kind of ecstasy at least a score of most tremendous oaths; then wiped his heated face upon his neckerchief and cried, "No popery! I'm a religious man, by G!" Gashford had leant back in his chair, regarding him with eyes so sunken and so shadowed by his heavy brows that for aught the hangman saw of them he might have been stone blind. He remained smiling in silence for a short time longer, and then said, slowly and distinctly, "You are indeed an earnest fellow, Dennis, a most valuable fellow, the staunchest man I know of in our ranks. But you must calm yourself. You must be peaceful, lawful, mild as any lamb. I am sure you will be, though." We shall see, Muster Gashford, we shall see. You won't have to complain of me," returned the other, shaking his head. "I am sure I shall not," said the secretary in the same mild tone and with the same emphasis. "We shall have, we think, about next month or May, when this Papist Relief Bill comes before the House, to convene our whole body for the first time. My lord has thoughts of our walking in procession through the streets, just as an innocent display of strength, and accompanying our petition down to the door of the House of Commons." "The sooner the better," said Dennis with another oath. "We shall have to draw up in divisions, our numbers being so large; and I believe I may venture to say," resumed Gashford, affecting not to hear the interruption, "though I have no direct instructions to that effect, that Lord George has thought of you as an excellent leader for one of these parties. I have no doubt you would be an admirable one." "Try me," said the fellow with an ugly wink. "You would be cool, I know," pursued the secretary, still smiling, and still managing his eyes so that he could watch him closely and really not be seen in turn; "obedient to orders, and perfectly temperate. You would lead your party into no danger, I am certain." "I'd lead them, Muster Gashford," the hangman was beginning in a reckless way, when Gashford started forward, laid his finger on his lips, and feigned to write, just as the door was opened by John Gruby. "Oh," said John, looking in, "here's another Protestant." "Some other room, John," cried Gashford in his blandest voice. "I am engaged just now." But John had brought this new visitor to the door, and he walked in unbidden as the words were uttered, giving to view the form and features, rough attire, and reckless air of Hugh. Chapter 37